Welcome to the Game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game. Back at you with some Europe Advanced Progressive Capitals. And we're going to cap here. Kissing caps with the purple player. We see the yellow cap right here. Russia is a sick play this game as well. I love Pink's capital choice. We see most capitals on the board besides the blue player and the white player. So, Kiki, you're asking about how does capitals work? You win the game where either A, by taking over every territory on the board, or B, you take over every capital on the board after round 3 is complete. Capitals use 3 dice to defend rather than 2 dice. So you lose on average about 1.7 times your troops when you attack a capital. So the way progressive capitals works, it's better on the first couple turns to try to take over a large amount of bonuses, get high troop generation, and use those troops to then bully weaker players on the board to try to take over it. My channel is most known for snowball play, where I go for crazy, risky plays, get a very powerful position early, and then try to immediately win the game from there. I like to play that way just because it's faster, it's efficient, leads to really exciting gameplay. It's what the audience naturally gravitates for and what they like about me. Like right now, I've got some bonuses for myself, and I will see how it goes. Possible purple decides to hit me, and if they do, we'll figure out how to manage it, right? Not much you can do about the purple player being there. The way progressive works, Kiki, is every turn, the bonuses go up 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, then 15 after trade-ins. Then afterwards, every trade-in goes up an additional 5 each time. So it'd be 20, 25, 30. At some point, it becomes worth it to kill players for their cards. Even if after attacking a capital, you lose a large amount of troops, as you'll then be able to regain those troops by attacking more around the board again. Progressive capitals is cool because it's many different game modes in one. The beginning of the game is more about fixed capitals type play because of card trade-ins aren't high, but the bonuses are extremely high comparative to the card trade-ins. Whereas the middle part of the game is about eliminating players for their cards successfully in order to have strategic positions and eliminate your players very fast. And if it gets ultra late game where trade-ins become 100 or higher, it's about card blocking your opponent, preventing them from getting a card at all, so they lose a tremendous amount of potential troops from future trade-ins, allowing you to get the advantage. Because progressive capitals has so many games in one, depending on the length and the way that it works, that type of incredible flexibility leads to really exciting, energetic gameplay, which is why these are considered the meta settings, the most popular settings for ranking up and getting strong. The challenge with these settings is that because they've been so popular for so many years, many individuals know how to play it. There's many expert grandmaster players that grind these settings like how I grind them. And it's only the really best people that have very high win rates and success with what they do. So purple here made a mistake. Purple should have been attacking me very aggressively here, because now, right, I can just go in and hit them, make sure that they are not now able to hit me back, and then just knock it down. Notice I could have taken my bonus here. I chose not to. And this is where the fixed part of the game is part 1. I want to stop other players from getting a bonus, right? Because if the purple player were to hit me, take over all this and leave a big stack on Scotland, holding these bonuses at once, I couldn't do anything about it. In the beginning part of the game, you want to take bonuses, but also understand who do you want to target, who's your enemy, how do you want to grow strong. Here, my capital has very limited flexibility. I have to kind of attack down here through this narrow choke point, and most likely I don't really have much ability and flexibility to be attacking like around the board. For that reason, purple is my enemy this game. I should not be allowing them to hold a bonus. So I choose to break them, minimize their troop generation, and try to defeat them in a one-on-one to hopefully be able to take their capital and then have a strong strategic advantage heading into the late game. Because while this game is about fixed capitals right now and about the amount of territory you have like on the board, you also think like long term of, if this was my position in late game, could I win from it? And here the answer for me would be no, because the purple player has significant flexibility and strength to have access to the right-hand side of the board, whereas I have limited flexibility. There's little benefit for me to be good neighbor against purple, because they can do so much against me, but I can do so little to retaliate against them. Given overall of these dynamics, it makes very good sense for me to be bad neighbor with them as much as possible. And now you see right here, purple's going to try to roll me. And you know what? If they win, they win. In this case, they don't win. And now, because they messed up, I just go in, take the capital. Easy. Purple's game is now done. So, Kiki, I hope you like that little explanation right there. And the reason why purple felt like they were in that horrible spot where they felt like they needed to do all of that situation, it all came down to the fact that they felt that because they didn't break me, their only chance was to hit me right then and there. But it was a very high-risk roll that had limited opportunity and potential for itself. Yeah. If you are interested in getting into these settings, each game takes about 30 to 45 minutes, but there's a possibility the games can go an hour and a half or more, depending on the dynamics and the setup. You want to make sure in your settings, you can see right here, I keep emotes on low and the music and SFX on low. I keep my UI scale relatively high so people can see me very easily as a content creator. Yellow gets 14, by the way. Yep, so yellow is going for Orient, and this side of the board, it makes sense. They're MIA, but they're probably going to be back. Yep. I think camera animations off so I can attack fast. Turn info notification off. Phase change animation off. End phase confirmation off. I keep... and by enable puck... I don't even know what this is. I leave territory names and draft troops animations like on. And by doing like all of these individual things, it allows me my turns to be moving as effectively like as possible. All right, and purple gets a set. Okay. Not a big deal. How to keep hitting purple there. Because if I didn't, I would have been bad. But yeah, pink gets 22. This might be really bad. Because pink could like take both capitals and that would just be game. But if I didn't tip purple there, they would have got a +5. And then proceeded like to knock me out. In this case, it looks like they're not like doing much. So we got lucky here. Pink may have had other plans for what they wanted to do. Because a big thing... Oh, the original way to get the color shapes. Yeah, because another thing that I do, Kiki, is within, like, the main settings, I enable, like, the shapes, but I also, like, turn on colorblind mode, but leave it so, like, there's no change in color. That's because, again, I think, like, 10% of men have, like, color blindness, and the vast majority of my audience is men. So I make sure to have colors or shapes enabled, as this... make sure that anyone in my audience that chooses to watch and enjoy my content can understand the colors that I'm talking to. Like, obviously, when I'm speaking, I don't talk about the cloud player. I just say the pink player. But people understand when I keep talking about the pink player that it means cloud. And that allows them to quickly understand, like, what I'm saying this game as I'm going through all of it. Like, I could just say just happy accidents. But I don't try to overthink this stuff as I'm going through it. I just like play the game like the way that it is. So this game kind of felt like a lot more like a tutorial, if anything, with my trademark like a standard aggression. But it looks like the purple is now like fully given up, which is very, very good. Our play now of what we want to do is like we want to go in, we want to ensure that we clear out white. We want to make sure as well that we clear out the other pink player. Because again, I was worried about pink possibly like going into us. White was getting 5 per turn. I think purple may be trying to kill the pink player. And I think they're testing and seeing all that right now. But for one card, it's not worth it. White, though, may try to go into us. It's a little unfortunate, but end of the day, purple was our enemy. We decided we had to go for it, and they went full out into us, but it was inevitable that it was going to happen, so we just had to bite the bullet and deal with it. I always find that your advanced progressive capitals games come down to is anyone around your area? If no, you expand aggressively and have an excellent advantage. Are there opponents around your area? If so, you have to fight them first and try to survive as other players like grow strong. That's where a little bit of the luck element comes into play as it all happens. By the way, didn't even notice this. The yellow player can have a 1-point hold across like all of these bonuses at once, which is extremely, extremely powerful right now. So they have a 1-point plus 17 hold. Blue basically has all of this. And while I have defeated the purple player, white has been stacking very hard here. He and I have the same number of troops, and they could try to knock us out. But with 2 7s on capital, I think it would be very risky and unnecessary for them to do. But we'll see what they try to do here. So that's purple. White will probably take 1 capital from us. We'll see if they want to try to take more from us. But it looks like white is like just looking to chill a little bit more instead. So that like has worked out. I don't want to get into a war with pink. I lost 2 on a 1 there. That is insane. That's extremely rare to be losing 2 on a 1. But yeah, I can't afford a war with another player. I have to stay a little bit more conservative now, like, as a result. Like, pink may be deciding like, to go into us to be aggressive. And this is where we get to, like, the midpoint of the game, where people have now established their locations on the board. Second trade-ins are about to occur. And you want to understand what is the best way to try to grow, and, like, in size and strength to make, like, a difference. Here, pink could choose to go aggressively attack me. And this is what we got to watch right now for ourselves. Right now, we are okay. But things could get pretty crazy, like, pretty quickly. Because, again, we've had a bad start. We had a lot of troops attack into us over multiple turns. Oh, wow. It looks like blue just tried to kill the white player. So white actually now is in a very bad spot. They have to trade in on 4. Otherwise, they're going to die. So that means blue is now very weak. And pink, therefore, in turn, must be very strong. So, Kiki, I hope you're enjoying this whole explanation stuff so far. This game, the people watching me are pretty quiet, which is fine. I like having some streams where I talk a lot with you guys and other ones where it's more chill. It looks like Jay Pizzle is doing his low energy card and pass. Cresquin is on, so it's a pretty busy night right now. It looks like yellow is going hard into the pink player. Yeah, so white's now going in, and now they are in turn going into the blue player. And I just hold. I don't need to do anything crazy. Pink is getting attacked a little bit from yellow. My goal right now is to hold on to my noob corner, maximize my potential opportunities, and react accordingly to like manage everything for myself. Pink, knowing they're getting attacked by yellow, should think about going like back into yellow, otherwise chilling more. And in blue's case, because they use up a large number of troops, they're going to want to think about trying to kill the white player. But even then, it's going to be tough for them to do that and achieve that. Because again, like white has been very, very conservative. I would say almost too conservative, like for themselves. But given that there've been so many players around them, like this triple capital setup like this, just made things like really tough. Yeah, but J Pizzle's also number 1 on the ladder right now. So you're seeing like the more like high level standard gameplay. Being good at the game is better than being niche. But I'd have to practice a lot more, focus less on my career. Like my career's doing good, so I gotta focus on the career, just like how it is. So we have this incredible triple capital setup now, which is amazing. Pink says 22 plus the 30 trade-in. I don't think they slam by 27. That stayed strong enough here. Blue, I think, is going all in on trying to kill the white player. I maybe could have kept white like once above here. Because if I kept white above, I may have been able to kill. But I had no idea that what the whole stack was being like placed down there like that. It's just a shame. Like blue was like all laser focused on killing white. One opponent at a time, which is a reasonable play. Right now, what's going on is pink is and yellow are in a war. Blue is about to defeat the white player. And it looks like white took blue's capital. So now blue is now going to have to go in and kill the white player. And that's going to cost them a fair number of troops. If I had just kept white above here and white did not have a set, I could have like knocked out the whole game. Oh, wow. Blue just takes my capital. That is a bad play. That's a bad play, bro. Yeah, like they just hit that. They lost like 47 troops right there. Yeah, that was a really bad play. So I still hold all of the noob corner. White now getting 5. Blue. Ah, blue. They also trade in now. Let's see if blue dies because they hit me. And they do. Okay. Good on white. They did what they had to do there. Yeah, because this is 64. 64 over 36 is a very, I think, unlikely roll to work. So I'm not going to be, like, doing that. I think what I want to do instead here... I want to know what's going on back here. This is ping. So there we go. That's the, that's what we wanted right there. And now we have our awesome, awesome setup for ourselves. I do think I actually, I do think I want to... I do want to knock this out here because pink right now doesn't have like a lot down. So I do want to knock that out and hold that area of the board. This setup right now is very good for us. Triple capital holding down like all of this. And again, me being on 4 cards, I think gives me some like a good opportunity here. I could lose that capital in Spain. I don't really care too much about it. We actually may actually keep that capital as well, which is good news. And yellow decides to chill, which I am completely fine with. And let's see it, Pink. Trade in and kill me. It looks like, yeah, they are going to, like, go in and try to kill me. So in a 3-player, this is, I think, a mistake on my end. In a 3-player endgame, we want to try to kind of chill a little bit more if possible. Because the risk is, by, like, if you attack a little bit too much, both sides can kill each other. Here I'm just trying to lock down my side of the board because, like, Pink was infringing upon it. They would be getting a little bit, like, too strong. But I like trying to push myself, like, a little bit. Because I'd rather have a game where, like, players are attacking each other a lot rather than having, like, craziness and stuff happen instead. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to lock this down. Let Pink do whatever the heck they want right now. If they attack, they attack. So they are going to trade in. But my capitals have a lot of troops on them. Like, unless Pink goes all the way... 200 troops. Oh, okay, that's a little bit more than I thought. All right, so we're going to take some damage here. But we have our wild card saved. We can trade it on 3. We're not going to, like, die at all or have, like, horrible game-ending damage done to us. It's going to be painful, but it's not going to be game-ending at all. Like, they see all the capitals. They can't, like, hit all of them and kill me. See, all he did was just hit right there. That really did not accomplish, like, anything too crazy. Like, yellow's just gonna possibly, like, be going in. And yellow wants that bonus. Yep, that makes sense. So I'm just going to hold it down. I'm not going to be going to a war against yellow. It's not worth it at all. I think that traded on 3 was worth it. Like, if Pink wants to hit again and hit, like, it was like another, like, 50 troops on the attack, like, it's not going to work, bro. Like, you can't keep doing this, Pink. Yeah, and now they realize, yeah, I got to chill a little bit more instead. Pink has a one-track mind. They just want to kill me. I kind of messed up by going into them. I probably should try to chill a little bit more. So I think it's obvious right now. Looks like yellow's going into pink. This is, like, pretty good, like, in our favor. But, yeah, there's no point right now with, like, I think being good neighbor anymore. It's obvious that... Yeah, that we just kind of have to, like, go in and do everything in our power to, like, manage this to the best of our ability. Either way, though, pink's dead. They can't do anything anymore. It is GG. We see yellow stacks down. Yellow is not as crazy far ahead, like, as you think right now. They're not as crazy far ahead as you think. I guess with the trade-in, it's a little scary. At this point, pink goes into yellow. Yep. There we go. Pink was on the ropes. The second yellow dogged in. Yellow got very, very stressed off and worried. And now we're right back in it. There you go, man. There you go. Now all we have to do is focus on eliminating them, and we got this. There we go. And that's going to trigger an automatic trade-in for us. And with that automatic trade-in, yeah, I think what I can just do is I can just make this like a 50 troops and cap run this and just take the whole game right here and there. And there we go. Good game. Beautiful stuff. I like this game. I explained a little bit about how the game worked. This is OliveXC signing off.